Good morning. It's bake day. I have my 18th century style French baker's cap on today, so you know we mean business. The pitter pattern you hear is rain. The last weather report I heard, which was about 5 days ago, said it was going to be just scattered showers today. Well, they could actually scatter a little bit more as far as I'm concerned, but we have some fabulous dough ready to go. We're not going to hold it up. We're going to show you how you can bake even in the rain. Now the baking today, the filming will be done in real time, which means that we're going to be showing the entire bake day as it happens. We're going to start with the sourdough bread, then we'll go with the pies and cakes, and we're going to end up with cookies, ginger snaps and whippy pies. So we have a lot to do today. The first thing we have to do, of course, is start our fire. So I'm going to be doing the 3 basic things I learned in Scouts. Some paper, some kindling, and then the wood. So let's start. It's drizzling right now, and I hope it doesn't get any worse than that today. As I said previously, we had some torrential downpours last week. I don't think that's expected today, but then I wasn't expecting this either. I don't bake in hurricanes or blizzards. Horizontal snow doesn't do well with the bake oven. Okay, I have some paper in there. The kindling I'm using are some cedar shades. It burns really well. So I have the paper on the bottom, the kindling's on top of the paper. We'll see how good a Boy Scout I really was. And I've kept the firewood over here under tarp, so I'm going to be off camera for a sec. Trusty ants, trying not to split our feet at the process. There. Trying to do something smaller that will burn easily to begin with. Now the wood is vitally important. The wood I'm using is kiln-dried pine, left over from some construction jobs. This is my favorite type of wood. It has a lot of pitch in it. It burns at a very high temperature. What I don't like to use is hardwood, like oak. This is not the type of fire that we make to heat ourselves with in the wintertime. You don't want slow burning coals. You want a very fast fire with basically no coals at all. So if you can't have, if there's no construction going on in your neighborhood, but you have a lot of trees, I would suggest cutting your pine trees. If you have any sort of softwoods like that, evergreens on your property, or you have access to evergreens, cut it and dry it thoroughly. Trying to burn green wood in a bake oven is a futile attempt, because you're going to spend as much heat basically boiling the water out of the wood that you could be using to actually heat the oven. So it's very inefficient to use green wood. Now, we're going to put some of this on top. And I have my 18th century fire start today called kerosene. I don't always use kerosene, but today, with a shaky start, I'm going to feel a lot better if we give ourselves every benefit of the doubt. Oh, by the way, if you see a steer running across the background, followed by a four-wheeler chasing it, pay no attention. Some steers shot out from our neighbor's farm this morning. I saw them in our pasture, and the neighbor's been out chasing them, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. Light it. We'll hope for the best. Lighting a fire is actually a sacred moment. The bake oven itself has spiritual qualities to it. You can think of the bake oven as being a nurturing spirit, even a mother. And so we always ask for the blessings of the bake oven spirit on our fire and on our baking today. Come, sweet mother, and bless our baking. So far, things look good. It's sliding nicely. So we can go ahead and start putting in more wood. I've been to historic sites where the docents do baking in whatever historic oven they have and attached to their house or built into their house. And far too many times I've seen them building just a small fire in the front of a very massive bake oven. And frankly, I'm not sure how they bake in there, because I can't imagine that the small heat from their little fire does any good in terms of saturating the Brits with heat, because that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to build a large fire, a roaring fire, from the front to the back of the bake oven. There will probably be flames coming out. This board has been singed many times from flames coming out, and we're lucky the whole thing hasn't caught on fire, quite frankly. So I'm going to put more wood in here now. We're going to start getting it to the back of the bake oven. Again, we want the flames to go from the front of the oven to the back. The front is especially important because with the door here, we lose more heat out the front of the oven than any other part. So I want to make sure that the Brits in front are well saturated with the heat. I'm going to go off camera and get some more wood. We want to toss it way to the back if we can. stair tread. By showing you the bake oven in real time, we're going to show you how it's going to work today. If there are failures, if something doesn't work out, pan out, you're going to know it. We're not going to retake anything. We're not going to reshoot anything. Everything will be done today in sequence. So as this fire starts to burn, and we're going to be heating it for at least 2 hours, because it's in the 50s today, I may have it heat a little bit longer than 2 hours. We'll just have to see how things go. I'm going to put in a little bit more wood. I've already taken the damper off the top of the chimney. We'll have a chance to see the smoke coming out the chimney. So what we're getting now is a good draft from the entrance right out the top. That's what we want to actually help the fire burn well. Now, as the fire burns, we're going to go down and start doing some other steps. First of all, we're going to look at the bread and see how it's doing. Let's go down. We're going down to the Jemina house.